Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you a few ways that you can bot in the game Rise of Kingdoms. The first and most straightforward method is to record a macro in Bluestacks that's going to do the exact same actions over and over. In this case, we have a scout exploring bot exploring the fog for us. We'll also be going over a barbarian fighting bot that just fights the same set of barbarians over and over and heals our troops. And then we're going to be looking at these two commercially available bots that come with a trial. So to set up our own bot macro, we're going to be playing the game in Bluestacks. And once the game is loaded, on the right side, one of these options is Open Macro Manager. And that will open this window. And to create a bot that works effectively, we want to make sure we loop the tasks so that when the bot finishes, it's exactly where it needs to be at the beginning the next time it runs. So for our Scout Exploring bot, we're going to click on the map button. So we're just right outside of our town, and this is going to be our default state. If you're going to be using this method, do exactly as I do. Click Record New Macro. Click your town button. Click your scout camp. Click the telescope button. Click Explore on your first scout. Click Explore again and click Send. Then click your town button again. Click your scout camp again. Click the telescope again and click Explore on your second scout. And then click Explore, Send, and then click the town button and the town button again. And you can see here we're at our default state, and we're going to press stop for the macro. And we can rename this to something like Scout Explore. And then we can go into this little settings gear, and under repeat execution, we'll click infinitely until stopped and click save. And now when we press this little play button, it's going to do that exact set of tasks over and over until we tell it to stop. You can see here when we already have scouts that are out, it's going to try to send scouts and it's just going to default to doing nothing. It goes back to our default state and then the bot runs again and tries to send more scouts. So we're going to stop the bot by pressing this little stop button at the top. And now we're going to make our barbarian battling bot. So same thing, we're going to start at our default state, which is looking at our city. And now in our default state, we're going to click Record New Macro, click the search button, Barbarians, search, click, attack, new troops, march. And however long it's going to take for them to fight, we're just going to wait, and that's going to factor in the time into the macro. And then our troops have to walk back to town. And right now, we're just going to add a little bit of waiting time because sometimes our troops will not always be so close to the base, so we just allow some extra time between that, and we click our town button, and then we click our hospital button, and then we click the band-aid, we click on heal, and it healed our units. We're going to allow this a little bit of time in case we lose some more units and they need a few extra seconds of healing time. We click our units, we go back to the map, and we stop our macro, and we'll call this Barbarians. So now when we run the bot, it's going to search for barbarians, it's going to click on them, it's going to attack them, and it's going to send an army to fight them. And now our troops go back into the city, our bot follows them back into the city and heals them at the hospital. It grabs the troops and goes back to the map overworld. So the first bot we're going to look at is the Whalebot, which works with Bluestacks. All you have to do is launch the bot while you have Bluestacks already running. And to get this bot, you just have to go to the whalebots.net website. I'll put a link to it in the description, and you click this download button. It gives you these files to run on your system. You just run the application, and this is what it looks like. It will auto detect your Bluestacks instance. Now you can go and start selecting all these options, but none of them will actually get to work until you choose the Bluestacks instance that's running. But when you click on it, you get this message that you can only use this bot if you are a VIP, which is their paid subscription. But like I said, they do offer a trial for you to get started. As you can see here on their website, they have a 1 window, 1 day free trial. And the way to get this key is to contact their support through their Facebook fan page. Conveniently enough, they have a messenger widget on their website, so we can go ahead and contact their support right away. Simply ask them for a trial code, tell them what your account name is, and they will generate a serial key for you, as well as instructions for where to enter it. So we're going to copy our serial key, and we're going to go into our bot, and we're going to click the VIP button. And we're going to click enter VIP code. We paste our code in here and click apply. And now our Whalebot's account is active. Click OK. Now for this bot to work with Bluestacks, we can't just use any version of Bluestacks. We have to install Bluestacks version 4 or version 5. And then we have to go into the Bluestacks multi-instance manager, click instance, fresh instance, and then NuGet 32-bit. We can pick 2 cores and 2 GB for these settings and click download. And now on our 32-bit instance, we'll click start. We're going to install Rise of Kingdoms on this instance, and we'll only have to do this once. If we want to run multiple instances, we can just clone this instance over and over. And to use this bot, we're just going to select whatever bot activities we want. So right now it's doing city upgrading, where it cleans up the whole city and upgrades all of these buildings. We'll also tell it to attack barbarians. And once we pick one of the bots that we want, we're going to right click on it, configuration, and click sync and apply. And this is just going to add that activity to the bot queue. For the Explore Fog activity, we can set a timeout so it doesn't run 24/7. For the Attacking Barbarians script, we can set which level of barbarians to attack, which commander to use, what kind of troops to send, and if we should recover action points should we run low. We can also set it to heal our troops, which goes hand in hand with the Attacking Barbarians script. We can also have the script investigate caves and villages, and that can split up our scouts activity for a bit as well. And we can also have it train our troops for us. While we're at it, we'll collect city resources, quest rewards, event rewards, and open all our mail. We'll claim VIP gifts, and we'll open all the free chests at the tavern as well. Now that we have Whalebot running for our account, we're going to go ahead and set up GnBot or GoodnightBot and start botting on a second account. To download GnBot, go to the official GnBot's website and click the download now button. Go to pick a plan and select basic free. And this will let you run the bot for 2 hours at a time. Click download. Scroll down the page till you see this download installer or extract the zip yourself option. If you download the installer, you'll get the exe file. If you extract it, you take the exe file out of a zip file. With the files installed, you can go into the GnBots folder and just click the GnBots application. And when we run the application, we're greeted by this splash screen. We can click begin, select the game we're going to bot for. In this case, it's Rise of Kingdoms. Click next. And then we have an option to select which emulator we're going to use. So this bot only supports Memu and Nox Player. If you don't have this emulator installed, you can click on either Memu or Nox Player, and this will take you to the download page. And they will give you an install of a version of Memu that is compatible with their bot. Same thing for the Nox Player. Once we have a compatible emulator installed and it recognizes it, click next. And now we have an option to enter our license key. We'll just click use trial and click next and done. Now when we're in the bot, go to overview, accounts, and click this settings gear. You might get a pop-up about applying the default farming setting. If you don't, click on this folder and select basic farming preset and click apply. And these are your optimal settings for botting a free account. Now, if you want these basic settings to work, you're going to have to tell the bot where your buildings are positioned on your screen. And they have a map here that tells you where it's going to click if it thinks that building is there. So if we go into our city, we can see this is our layout, and we can compare it to the layout that they've provided for us. And to continually train troops, we're going to have to set the barracks position, archery position, stables position, and siege position. So for our barracks building, it says barrack position number 5, and here we have the city hall, and right under it is number 5. So we're going to position our barracks in that spot. It's already there, so that's good. And then it says archery position, position 6. So we'll just move our archery range there. Says stables position 3, and that's just to the left of the barracks here. And siege workshop goes in position 2. So now we have our trained troops configured. We have one script that's going to collect all these mail rewards for us. And for this daily activity script, we're also going to have to set a few buildings according to this map. That's if we want to collect tavern, free loot, or event rewards. So we set the tavern just right of the city hall according to this map. As well, you'll have these 4 gather resources settings. They look like they're duplicates, but they're all tuned to gather a different kind of resource. And once you have the script tuned, we can close it. If you have your emulator open, be sure to close it before running the bot. It's going to open a new instance for us. Click play, click first, and it's going to launch the emulator. It'll open up the game on its own. And under overview, we can click logs and we can see everything that it's trying to do. So we can see here it says running train troops on instance default. And that means it's just going to try to train the troops using the configuration that we did. So it just started training archers. Now it's training siege units, then cavalry, and now infantry. There it said training troops finished. Now it's running collect mail rewards. It's going to open a free chest at the tavern. It's also going to collect event rewards. It'll collect VIP points and claim rewards. And it'll also claim quest rewards. Now it's going to try to send troops to gather resources from nearby nodes. Since I only have one troop I can send, I can't really use the gathering bot to its full extent. But if you had multiple armies you can send, you can gather more. And now it's looped back. You can see at the bottom right corner, it says 1 completed. It took 10 minutes to go through that full cycle once. And now it's going to start from the beginning. And this free version of this bot will work for 2 hours at a time. Now, either one of these methods can result in a ban. Even if you're just using the first method where you make a quick little macro and you're not actually using any extra software, any kind of automation you use to gain an advantage over other players can be detected and you can get your account banned for that. Supposedly, they are always looking for these new kind of towns and they're banning them non-stop. So the newer your town is, the more discreet you're gonna have to be. You have to really fly under the radar and make yourself look as natural as possible. And you won't really be safe until you reach about 20 million power. That seems to be when they start to leave these bigger towns alone and stop banning them. I guess they figure an account that has 20 million power has really put in the time to do that. Even if they bought it, they must have put in a lot of work to get there, and they're probably an integral part of the server now. So if you're gonna use this on an account that you care about, be ready to lose that account. And just make sure that you're not such an obvious botter. Just do this once in a while. Maybe just have it train troops for you and collect your mail. Don't go gathering, don't go fighting barbarians, because people around you will recognize some suspicious activity and anybody can report you and anybody can spectate you from anywhere. So just be smart about it.